Good day, folks. Welcome back to our channel, Borders and Beyond. I'm chuffed to be revisiting 120 Bahadur, a Hindi language war drama that hit Indian cinemas on 21st of November 2025. I've held off on this review until now because the film has just recently dropped on Amazon Prime, so you can stream it from anywhere. In my book, it was one of the best films of 2025 and it didn't get the attention it deserved. Directed by Rajneesh, Razi Ghai, and starring Farhan Akhtar, this film tells a true blue story from the 1962 Sino-Indian War, the Battle of Raisingla. I'll run through the plot and filmmaking and explain why it's a ripper worth your time and share why you should give it a go now that it's streaming online. The plot and historical context. The film follows Major Shaitan Singh and the 13th Command Regiment, a unit mostly made up of Ahir soldiers. In 1962, just 120 of them defended the Chushul Air Base in Ladakh against thousands of Chinese troops. Outnumbered and ill-equipped, they fought until their last breath. This heroic last stand cost many lives, but it earned Major Shaitan Singh a posthumous Paramveer Chakra, India's highest military honor. The cast and performances. The film is anchored by Farhan Akhtar, who brings a gruff intensity to Major Shaitan Singh. He changes his body language and voice to fit the role. Supporting actors like Rashi Khanna, Ejaz Khan, Sparsh Walia, Ankit Sivaj have a promising moment in the movie, but aren't giving much to explore. What really works? Authentic depiction of battle. The combat sequences, sniping, firefights, and hand-to-hand combat when the ammo runs out are gripping. Cinematographer Tetsuo Nagata captures Ladakh's harsh, mountainous landscape with clarity, immersing you in the freezing altitude and tension of Raisingla. It's fair income impressive. Respectful tone. The film doesn't glorify war, instead it honors bravery and sacrifice, giving unsung heroes their due. Critics have praised its sincerity, technical proficiency, narration, and emotional weight. So the narration for the movie has been done by the legendary actor Amitabh Bachchan, who adds gravitas and the story's historical importance lends a built-in emotional pull. Character insights. Beyond the action, the film offers a glimpse into how the Ahir soldiers adapted to the brutal cold and altitude isolation of Raisingla. These scenes provide a context for their sacrifices and help us appreciate their resilience. The pacing and runtime of the movie. At 2 hours and 17 minutes, the story covers a lot of ground without overstaying its welcome, balancing quieter character moments with intense combat sequences. What didn't really work for me? Limited character depth. While there are glimpses of the soldiers' backgrounds in the film, they never truly immerse us in their personal lives. As a result, we don't always feel as connected to them as we could. Spending a bit more time on their stories could have heightened the emotional impact. The tension and editing. Some viewers may find the narrative doesn't build tension as effectively as it might. Choppy editing and formulaic backstories interrupt the flow, and a few scenes might feel repetitive to some members of the audience. However, these issues are minor with the film's strengths. Music and screenplay. The score feels flat, and the film doesn't quite build the emotional resonance found in classic war dramas. This is especially noticeable given Excel Entertainment's track record. For example, Lakshya 2004 remains one of India's most emotionally resonant war dramas and features a stirring soundtrack by Shankar Ehsaan Loy. While Lakshya blended a coming-of-age story with national pride and memorable music, 120 Bahadur lacks the cohesive storytelling and the soundtrack that could have elevated it. Overall reception. 120 Bahadur received mixed to positive reviews from the critics when it opened in theaters. On the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, 73% of critics gave it a positive rating. Reviewers appreciated its earnestness, technical quality, but pointed out issues with the screenplay and character development. Despite the lukewarm box office performance, Audiences who saw it in the theaters, they were moved by the story. Now that it's streaming, I reckon this underappreciated film will finally get its flowers. My final verdict: if you love historical war dramas or are keen on Sino Indian War, 120 Bahadur is a must watch. The action sequences are well staged, and the film shines a light on lesser known battle. Its heartfelt tribute to courage, sacrifice, makes it a standout among 2025 releases. While the script and music don't match heights of Excel earlier war epic Lakshya, the film's technical brilliance, pace, sincerity outweighs shortcomings. Now that it's on Amazon Prime, there's no excuse to miss this underrated gem. I personally found it deeply moving and consider it one of the highlights of the year. It's a real ripper mind. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment if you have seen 120 Bahadur and tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more reviews. Cheers.